I think it was really surreal going there. You know, we didn't really know what to expect. I think a lot of people said, well, I've been to Haiti, but this wasn't the Haiti that everybody knew. So even those who were kind of familiar with what Haiti was like, it was way different after the quake.
In the first day or two or three following the earthquake, the pictures, the images on the news, the reporting on the radio, the newspaper, magazines, just flooded with chaos, scenes of disaster. And so there was a big need for trauma surgeons, orthopedic surgeons, and anesthesiologists to go down and help with the medical side of the relief effort. A major part of the earthquake trauma was buildings that collapsed and literally crushed people's arms and legs. If they were lucky enough to get out of the rubble, they had terrible injuries.
We were all excited. We were not really well rested, but we were very happy to be going, excited and anticipatory. And we got there, and we saw the Red Cross boat in their ship in the middle of the Gulf there. We saw the devastation from the sky, and there was a silence, kind of a reverent silence that came over us when we flew over the site and started seeing some of the devastation even from the air.
My experience in Haiti was, I mean, it was just amazing, the degree of chaos that once we landed in the airport, the immense heat when we got there, and then just the chaos around us in Port-au-Prince. And then going from Port-au-Prince to Double Harvest, the degree of devastation that existed, and the individuals and the tent cities and the people doing without. And then when we got there, I mean, there were just numerous experiences. I mean, walking into Double Harvest and your hospital ward is a garage with with no roof. Your recovery room is just a small room off to the side. Your operating rooms are small with power that intermittently went out. I think one of the most amazing things is to be operating and all of a sudden it becomes pitch black, and then your circulating nurse is turning on your headlamp, and you just keep on working.
Children playing among rubble and skinny dogs wandering the streets, and there's just devastation everywhere that doesn't seem to be being cleaned or picked up. And I remember our driver saying something, and the translator that was with us saying, the driver just mentioned this isn't a very good part of town. I remember looking out the back of this truck and seeing a huge actual, it was a truck with an American Red Cross symbol on it, and there were two Americans with like red vests, and I was like, oh, okay, well, they're here too.
I was there for some of the major aftershocks a few days later, and you can imagine people, without being too graphic, people who have severed arms and limbs and crushed bodies, hearing the sound, because it sounds like the earth is growling, and the tremor. The aftershock from the earthquake, everyone went running out of this clinic, dragging their legs and everything else. It was absolutely awful. That was a scary moment, because I thought sure a bunch of people were gonna get injured on top of their already difficult situations. But the idea to go away is, it's a difficult one, but I had a ton of support from our community, from the corporate side, from the hospital, from private donations. We had a huge amount of support from companies like Amway to help get supplies and people down there, from Spectrum Health that gave us medical supplies and allowed people the time to give.
I get so much back when I can give to somebody of myself than when somebody gives to me. So I think that's a special relationship. Aid organizations are those groups that are set up to respond. And they did in this situation. Could we have done better? I'm sure, yeah, always. We're not perfect, we're human beings. But I think the opportunity to be connected to an aid organization is something that many of the physicians that came back after this experience shared their hopes to go back themselves, and maybe to go back with their children, so that they too can experience what it is to give to others in the world.